right now. So if you're watching this live, then exclamation mark giveaways to enter. Right now we have Lynx, Dementia, Anubis, myself, which if I win, I am going to just refund all the coins. I can see everybody in here. Moby, Play for Fun, and Bring the Game for Banner Saga 1 key. We have 3 keys, so we'll be giving those away. It's 150 coins, which you get about 30 coins per hour of watching the stream while we're live. You get even more if you're active in chat, and I just usually throw coins. And we're playing this on hard difficulty with some bad voice acting, so be prepared for that, and be prepared for anything to happen, because this is the Banner Saga. Now let's embark. Let's embark on our journey. Did I just rest? I meant leave. Dang it! 2 men approach while no one is around. One is wearing a wolf cloak and is missing a hand. The other is a guard with crazed hair shoved into a helmet. And thank you so much for all the retweets and likes. Like, it is because of all of you that we are getting the hype going for Banner Saga 2. Because this is a game that deserves so much attention. It is a turn-based strategy game with Norse mythology, Viking lore. So good. So good. This is Ruga. Never seen Ruga before. Finally, a moment alone with my new leader. Oh yes, I want to make this very clear. We're only going to voice act main characters because there's so many in this game. Like Alette. Is there something you need? Seems I should be asking you that. I'm Ruga, the governor of Borsgard. You'll know when I'm voice acting because it's going to sound horrible. And you're like, just talk normal. Talk like normal people. I don't do that. Seems I should be asking you that. I'm Ruga, the governor of Borsgard. Oh, it's good to meet you. Why am I just now meeting you? Oh, it's good to meet you. If these are our 2 options, this is what we're picking. I'm glad that you feel that way. I've been watching you command from a distance. Not bad so far. Yes, there are. You get 140 some coins for following, because you're always appreciating and value Bring the Game. Always. The guard nods his agreement but says nothing. Thank you. So far should I be expecting trouble? If that's all, I need to tend to other things. I mean, this goes without saying. There's going to be trouble, so we're just going to say thank you. Thank you. You've never been to Arborang before, right? I never left Skoger before all of this. A pretty girl rarely needs to leave her village. Oh, dude, I'd destroy you. I'm sure men were already offering to provide for you. But I'm from Arborang. It's different than anything you can imagine. No squad wipe time, Nubis. No! Stop it. Different how? It's the seat of power. Twice as many people as Borsgard. All clawing to get closer to the king. It's a sight, but it'll probably scare you. Why did you leave? I'm not easily frightened. Maybe things have changed since you left. I'm not easily frightened. Boom. Really? I've heard you've made it this far without killing anyone. I hope that's not out of fear. I can do what's necessary. Remind yourself of that, so you're always prepared to act. Or like coins, interest rate. You're always increasing your interest in banks. Coins, banks, finance. Just kind of a little joke I have. I'll teach you what I can along the way. We'll try to shore up the fact you're a young girl, but it'll take work. He smiles, and with emotion, he and his guard depart. And here we go. I love how the banner just flows over to the other ships. And I wonder, if I take a look at the map, will it show us of having moved a little bit? I'm curious on that. I think so. It's hard to really know. Alright, so we're right there right now. Let's continue on. We're going to Ormslar, if I can say the name correctly. Ahead, driftwood has collected, creating an impressive barrier for longships. Alternatively, Going ashore has its own risks from whatever might be lurking in the trees. Row hard, we'll break through. Bank the ships and set axemen to chopping. Prepare for portage, we'll carry the ships around. Let's get that chopping. Bank the ships and set the axemen to chopping, or prepare to portage, we'll carry the ships around. You know, we're gonna prepare for portage and we'll carry the ships around. Let's try it. Or just chop. Let's go portage. The ships groan as they're hoisted onto the shoulders and marched across land. Navigating through the riverside brush takes time, but everyone pulls through unscathed. As the ships push off once again, dredge appear on the bank, a silent reminder of their constant threat. Oh yeah! Get outsmarted, dredge. Get lucky. Ivor. Might make it down this river to the capital without any more trouble. You look at Ivor, surprised by his optimism. And I might sprout wings and start flying. Would that make up for your missing arm? Hey, I get to make jokes about losing my arm. Not you. I suppose that's fair. So what are you worried about now? I think you should make use of this trainer and his tent that we haul around everywhere. You can't hesitate anymore when it comes to killing others. Not when it comes to protecting your own. Let's bank the ships and make sure you're ready by challenging your skills. Test your might. I don't know why that comes to my mind when I hear that. This is a training tent where you can hone your skills by completing challenges and through free-form sparring. Click on the training tent to begin your first challenge. Sweet. Well, let's talk to Ivan first. Ivan! You watch for a moment as Ivan, Juno's apprentice, and the mender found nearly dead at Ridgehorn, moves his staff in a complex pattern, repairing some armor. Oops, let's fix our mic a little bit. Not a bad festival trick, right? Care to give it a try? Mending me? Sure, thanks, but I need a few more. Sure! Just like that. That is exactly how she's going to say it. Tongue in cheek. Alright, here, take this. He makes an intricate motion with his staff, and broken links in the armor fuse together. You try to duplicate his motions, but nothing happens. Ivan smiles. Anyone can be a mender, but the training can be difficult. Is that the right one? URL. I'm not sure I like the way that sounds. You've already completed many of the lessons, tending to wounds, endurance, trials, focus amid distractions. It comes naturally to you. Then what do I have to do if I say yes? You'd have to practice day and night. Ivan looks up towards the unmoving sun. Yep, there's no nighttime. You'd have to practice quite a bit. It would be easy. It wouldn't be easy. It might not even be popular with the clansmen. They're a little skittish around Juno and me. You're not making it sound that great. I've never been much of a recruiter, but mending has its advantages, both on and off the battlefield. Like healing someone who's lost an arm to asunder? Ivan grins and picks up the armor. Hopefully not. Anyway, mull it over and we'll talk about it again. I've got to check on the fighter who was wearing this. That's the wrong one. Play, are you still here, Play? That's not the correct tweet. I just checked it out. Keep missing half the story. Would you please update the tweet to include the one about the keys, our most recent tweet? That's what I would like Banner Saga 2 to be. Thank you. If you don't mind. If you do, I can do it myself. Yeah, this story is really compelling. Really compelling. Alright. This is a training tent where you can hone your skills by completing challenges and through free-form sparring. Click on the training tent to begin your first challenge. Let's do it! Challenge accepted. Well, come on in, and let's have a look at you. Sven The trainer says, "Ooh, I like his name, Sven." After a quick assessment, he says, "Yep, looks like you could stand to learn a few things. I've got 5 challenges for you, and if you can finish them all before we get to Arbrang, well, I'll let everyone know you've impressed me." Ha! Sven's laughter is full of phlegm. Ha! Let's start with a few of the basics. Why am I voice acting this? I don't know. You're enjoying the voiceovers? Excellent. The events are linear. Yes, they're linear. You feel up to the challenge? I'm ready, let's do this. Then we begin, Sven barks. I'm glad you like my voice acting bring the game. I'm only doing specific characters, and then some is just generic. Like if they're main characters. Alright, so click on an objective marker to see detailed instructions. Form a shield wall. Position your raider adjacent to an ally. These are raiders. They have passive abilities, which adds 1 armor to allies and himself while adjacent to an ally. So you see this is 8, he's 11. If we move him right next to Hakon, he should bump up. Each one should go 12 and then 9. Kill an enemy using puncture. That would be her, which she doesn't move. And use heavy impact to damage 3 enemies at once. Okay, heavy impact. Enemies adjacent to the target take 1 strength damage. I don't know if this counts as adjacent, unless this only counts as adjacent, like these 4 spaces. I don't know. Maybe that should count. We'll see. So we're gonna move. I don't want to block. Actually, I just want to go forward. So yeah, we're gonna go here. So again, watch. His armor goes from 8. Should go to 9. His goes up to 12. Perfect. And we're gonna end our turn. And then if we go up here, will his also go up? So he's at 9. What happens? 9. Oh, he went up as well, right? No, he didn't. Just he did. And him. Okay, cool. Now, unfortunately, they're all right next to each other, so we're just gonna pass our turn. I don't know. How's Sundering Impact work? And adjacent enemies. Well, let's move forward. And by Sundering Impact, we're gonna find out. This is a time to test things out, or we don't get punished. No, the story can vary a little bit based off what you do. Okay, so Sundering Impact did not hurt him, it only hurt him. So it is adjacent, not diagonal. Good to know. Good to know. Now if we attack, no. We're gonna move her over here. And we're gonna hurt this guy a little bit by knocking down his shield, which will decrease how much it will adjust our damage to him. So now he's at 3, right? With 8, we'll do 5 damage. Does that make sense? No, I mean, it has like a main story. So if you don't want that spoiled, I would definitely leave and watch later, because you don't want it spoiled. But there are like little intricate things that change. But the overall story, I think, is the same. I'm honestly not sure. I have no idea what to expect with that. Crap. Go here, and we're just gonna end turn. There we go. Hakon, have a turn. Who goes next? Which character is that? Him. Okay, so he gets a go. So we're gonna block him. We're gonna go right here to block him. That's the only reason why I did that. And we're going to attack him for armor. So now he can't move, which is fine, and then we'll get our bonus. We're gonna attack this guy. Oh no, we have to attack this one. Crap. Sundering impact. Now, alright, we have a strength of 7 and a break of 3, so should we deal 10? Which would be 2, I think. Plus 1, break, target. We're gonna make this rank 3, so 100% chance to hit. Strength, damage, plus 1, which we're at 7, so it should be 8. 1 break to target, divided by 1 strength, 2 break, added to heavy impact. Let's just see what happens. I don't know like that. Let's see. So dealt 2 and then 2 to everybody else. Cool. And now we have them to kill because even though they're at higher, right? So we have 8. It should be 8 minus 2, which is 6. However, because we aren't moving, we have puncture, so it's a whole 9, and we can just increase that to 12. That's why you don't move. The giveaway will end after our next like story part, and then we'll start another one up. Yeah, the combat mechanics are really compelling, aren't they? Like, different than your typical turn-based strategy game. And we got 12 renown for that. They seem the same, except for a little more detailed with the passive abilities, but pretty much the same. Like the overall mechanics of how combat works, and then they added some extra features. Check back frequently for more challenge sessions, or spar anytime you like. Great caravan morale causes a +2 willpower bonus in battle. Your great leadership has allowed for ample supplies and caravan rest. Sweet! Let's train again. Some of your units are ready to be promoted or improved. Use the hero's tent to upgrade them. Alright, we'll do that. So we have a good slew of heroes right now. And this is who I had. I chose the right options to keep everyone alive in number 1. Well, everyone who I could. Because there's also chances in 1, like in Faster and Light or Oregon Trail, where you'll lose people permanently. And who are we gonna try to level up with this 6 here? 2 arm talent ranks plus 3 arm. I would like to give this to someone who's gonna be tanky, which would be Moger. I don't know how to say his name, but he needs to level up some. I could promote you, and I'm going to. Oh, let's see. He has the armor, so he can be pretty tanky. So yeah. And oh, they added a new ability. Right? Bonuses bring the game. Tempest, the Warhawk uses his massive weight to sweep his enemy weapons around him, hitting multiple adjacent targets, friend or foe, for normal strength damage. Tempest triggers the Warhawk's passive ability. So it's basically like area of effect. He swings around and hits everybody. Then Forge Ahead. The war leader uses his experience in battle to issue commands to allies, moving them next in line initiative. So do I want Tempest or Forge Ahead? Oop, Discord just crashed. And we're back. Alright, Forge Ahead. Forge Ahead is really good to be able to give somebody a move early. I'm gonna pick Tempest, because I think I have to pick one of these. Let's cancel. What does he have for abilities? Battering ram. With heavy impact, it might not be a bad idea to pick, like, and he can get some pretty high strength, 17. So this is what their max can be. So you have to keep that in mind. Because as they level up, you can level this up by 2 each. Yeah, instead of attacking himself, he can move, and then he's like, you take your turn. So you could have somebody who's like really strong go twice, which is really cool. Like, that's his base ability. Oops. Oops. That's his base ability right here. Forge ahead. The war leader uses his experience battle issuing command. So they're like, you take your turn, Anubis. Alright, Dementia. Have a fantastic nap, and I hope that it is rejuvenating and relaxing, and that you're ready to play some games later. By the way, look into Atlas Reactor. I'm curious what you think of that, because I know you are a hard sell, and I respect that. Like, we already have someone who has Forge ahead, but I don't like his stats. Look at that, 13 and 17. He has the 3 of chain. He has a 3 of chain, but 16, 17. For having one arm, he's pretty beast. He used to be a shield bearer, but he lost his arm, so all of his abilities changed. And then there's Hack-On. What if I try to promote you? Impact as Forge ahead or Tempest. Wait, is it just automatic? With no chance to miss. Okay, so he has no chance to miss. He can wreak havoc with an additional +1 strength and also adds 1 break damage to the target. Plus bonuses to heavy impact. Sundering impact is best used when carefully positioned to impact as many enemies around the target as possible in a single attack. Like, he has no armor, but he deals a lot of damage with that 18. I don't know if 18, 12. He's very similar. We got a Warhawk. We have a Strong Arm. And there's our Shield Master. Ugh! Hack-On or Ivor? Like, they have very similar abilities. Heavy impact, sundering impact, battering ram. We are playing on hard difficulty too, so I'm planning this out. I think I know what I want to do. Ivor, we're going to promote you. And I'm going to give you... I'm going to give you Forge ahead. Yeah, I think that's really important. Being able to change it up if something goes wrong in the midst of combat. Boom. Let's do it. You need 13 renown to promote this unit. Oh my god. I thought I needed 11. Whoops. Okay, we can't even do it yet. Crap. Well, so much for that plan. So much for that plan. Alright, let us sojourn off. We're at great. Let's go. You look at the food freshly placed in the supply carts. What's all this, you ask Aleph. The clansmen are trying to help as much as possible now, she says. Whenever they can, they'll forage for nuts and berries or fish and hunt. Awesome! Use it. She hands you a piece of fruit. They may not know how to fight, but they can keep us alive by keeping us fed. Shouts from one of the rear longships grabs everyone's attention. Longships grab everyone's attention, yeah. The quick construction is proving faulty, and the ship is taking on water fast. With dredge on the bank and all other ships almost at capacity, you consider your options. Bank the longships for repairs, have the clansmen board other ships, dump supplies to make room for on the other longships, ask shipwrights for advice. Let's get their advice. We'll need her out of the water, says one. Nonsense, just plug the holes with some cloth and tar for now, says another. As they argue, clansmen begin jumping from the sinking vessel, grabbing for ropes and extended oars. Most make it aboard other ships, but not all. Oh, some people die. Ooh. We should just made a decision. No. After this is all you really need to see. This is our renown, and then this is just like kind of black. But I mean, the overlay is with a what's it called? It's not fully. It's like has some opacity to it, so you can see through. In case it does have stuff that you need to see, bring the game. I hope that's okay. I like the overlay. I'm getting another one worked on, but only have so many, you know? A crowd begins to cheer from one of the longships as a man struggles with his fishing net. As his catch nears the surface, some voice concerns. You're close enough to make out a large shape and what looks like fur or hair in the net. They have voices of concerns. Fire an arrow into the mass. Keep watching as a man hauls it out. Release your net! Everyone hears your clear order, but the man ignores it and then continues to pull the net. An arrow bites into the ship next to the man's arms. Alef has another arrow knocked before you look up. Let go, she tells the man, or I will. His hand is open and some look relieved to watch the unknown catch sink below the surface. Hair and fur inside the water. Not a beaver. Moral declined. Desperate-looking lot of adults and Varl stand on the shoreline, waving you down. You probably look similar, going anywhere with Ivor. They look hungry, but can they be trusted? Toss supplies to them as you pass, but don't stop. Slow the boats and ask their needs. In the basics, the Varl says, food, safety, trade routes are empty. Of the 24 humans, half look like they've seen battle. Here's the food. You'll have to find safety elsewhere. Come aboard. You'll have food and safety. We've got too many to care for as is. Come aboard, you'll have food and safety. Everyone carefully files onto a couple of the less burdened ships and starts eating. Clip, the Varl says, we should take as his name and as his appreciation. Yeah, get that improvement up. The retweets are crazy. Alright. Let's retweet that. Boom. Smoke from a village catches everyone's attention, and longships begin to slow. Alright, here's our Ivor. I doubt these scraps of wood we're floating on can hold many more. Ivor says, you feel the governor's gaze on you, and he slowly shakes his head. Help as many as we can. They might resupply us for our trouble. You want me to turn my back on them? Ignore the village and head down the river. Help as many as we can. They might resupply us for our trouble. Yeah. It's a burning village. They probably don't have much. Help as many as we can. When the ships land, you and a few other rush toward the smoke, but the closer you get, the stranger the situation. There's no sound of battle or people panicking to put out fires.
Keep going, Bolverk growls. We'll see what the dead are carrying.
The Varl comment defies tradition, but so do many things about him. Turn back to the ships. No, you say, something's not right. You stop and shout, return to the ships! The Raven leader growls at you as everyone turns to head back, but he follows. On the banks, a small force of strangers head towards a supply ship, but stop when they notice your return. A man riddled with desperation steps forward. Sorry for the ruse. Hunger makes men take risks, you know? Walk away now. What about your burning village? Put an arrow in him. What about your burning village? It's empty, he says. Others went north days ago, taking what little was left. Not sure what stopped the trade carts or where all the fish went, but those buildings are only good for signaling help now. Always a good guy. Not always. We'll see. Like, I mean, we turned around. We didn't just rush in there. Alright. You shouldn't have tried to steal from us. We're leaving. If you come with us, you fight alongside us. I don't trust you to join us, but we'll leave you with a meal. Ivor, what should we do with them?
I'm no good at this, the gruff Varl says. Rotten trick. But you might try something similar in his situation.
I understand it. But, I mean, it doesn't make it right what they did. I just understand their situation, desperation. If you come with us, you fight alongside us. You got every right to pin us with arrows, and you offer us food and a way out of here. The man's eyes look wet, and he blinks rapidly. We'll earn our keep. You hear Ruga snort his disapproval. Bite me, Ruga. Bite me. We're still good morale. Oh, this is so stressful. A large clump of hazelnut trees looks like a good place for a clansman to stretch their legs and gather supplies. Once on land, the children laugh while kicking around leather-wrapped balls of rags. You notice a Varl on the edge of the clearing, silently staring into the woods. He's watching a lone dredge grunt stalk a squirrel. Might be 100 of them in these woods, the Varl whispers. Whisper is loud enough to scare the squirrel and alert the grunt. It looks at you, the Varl, before slowly backing up. Get the entire caravan back onto the ships, kill it before it alerts other dredge, watch the dredge, track it if possible. Back away, leaving the dredge alone. Let's track it. It looks at you and the other Varl before slowly backing up. Let's try to track it. Maybe we can, like, get some knowledge? The grunt runs away. You silently follow, but stop when you discover a clearing with a few small animal bones laying about. Meager meals for one. Near the bones stands a tiny statue of a dragon, and terror courses down your spine. You want to get away from it. Fight your fear and take the statue. Leave this place and return to the caravan. We're taking that statue. Great risk, great reward. Ah! Each step towards the statue adds to your doubt until your hands wrap around it. You realize you've been holding your breath and sigh with relief. Back on the ship, the clansmen discuss your whole experience along with all the nuts they've collected. Smiles appear on most faces. Morale improved! +5 renown, +40 supplies. Booyah! And we got an
on
item.
a vacant island. Azalai's godstone almost looks lonely.
So nervous. Oh, this is beautiful. Another scene like this. She's even more beautiful than the songs say. Exactly, bring the game. Exactly. Oh man, that's a beautiful statue. It's glowing. Oh! The clansmen and Varl are admiring the Godstone. When you notice some are missing, it's Bolverk and his ravens, Elio says. They looked rather upset by my music and all the singing, he shrugs. If they'd rather hang around that large cart instead of joining us, I won't take it personally, but come closer. Let me introduce you to Asale, the god of streaming waters. She is the curves of every river, a guide for those of us traveling unfamiliar lands. The Skald runs a finger over small etchings in stone, inscriptions from all those who were lost, but found a way back home with their help. Let's listen to more of this tale. Some say her stone shows the struggle of leaving the familiar to see what's over the next hill. Elio looks at the rope tied around parts of her and smiles. Before the gods died, her stone supposedly stood tall and moved a few steps each year, so people are always trying to make sure she stays put. Elio looks at you, grinning. Have you the strength to hold her, or a gift with which to entice her? Let's pull on the stronger ropes. Let's do it. We're like the King Alexander the Great. You wrap your hands around one of the larger ropes and begin to pull. It feels as pointless as expected, and Asili's godstone does not budge. Suddenly, you are joined by Hakon and Ivar, who lend their great strength. Others quickly join until the rope snaps, and everyone sprawls into a laughing heap. You return to where the clansmen have set up camp and see someone, a woman in torn robes, slip from your tent. She blends in with the other families, and after making sure nothing is amiss in your tent, you let it go. Letting it go! Number of clansmen and fighters is shown here. If your caravan is assaulted en masse in a war situation, it is the fighters that protect the clansmen while your heroes fight a tactical battle. Do the Varl also fight, or just the fighters? It is important to keep enough trained fighters available, but keep in mind that fighters consume more supplies than clansmen and are less effective at foraging. Okay. Speak to Sven in the training tent to start training some of your clansmen into battle-ready fighters. Well, let's first talk to Hakon. Hakon! The two Varl look deep in conversation, but Ivar catches your eye and waves you over. So they've all armed themselves and are running from something, but what?
Hakon's been becoming a dredge scholar, trying to understand the motivations of our enemy.
It's just strange that we've never seen their women fight until recently. Good thing, too, we might have lost the Great Wars. You think about what to say. Has anyone ever talked to Dredge? Both Varl look at each other. There are rumors that some have tried and been killed in the process.
A lot of nonsense. Scald tales about the sound of a dredge's voice making your skin fall off.
So there's been no communication with the enemy? Is that normal? Life would have been so much easier had we chosen Rook. Oh well. I'd like that challenge. We were too busy killing to worry about a fireside chat. Besides, they only ever make warbling sounds.
I'd guess if anyone talk to them, it'd be the Valka. But good luck getting them to give you a straight answer.
Think about what to say. What happened back then? A great deal of killing on both sides. Imagine waking up to dredge attacks every night. Back then, the sun actually set. You'd wake up to a sound and see nothing but glowing eyes around you. Ingvar probably told you we never got close to pushing them back to the depths they call home. Actually, Ivar has never said much about the past. Oh? Ivar says nothing, just holds Hakon's stare. Well, he's probably got more stories than you could hear in your short lifetime. You think about what to say. Juno says there'll be a darkness coming. But what Valka says and mean are always the same thing. They speak in riddles and prophecy.
Still, it might explain why the dredge are everywhere. Like someone kicked an anthill. Maybe whatever's coming hit them first.
Or maybe it's just a new tactic for a new war. If they've learned to crack the ground and call a giant serpent,
then we're all dead, and we just don't know it yet.
Ooh! Isn't that chilling? Like, it could just be inevitable, and when the serpent gets here, everyone's just dead. But you have to just push on. Like in Attack on Titan, you can't just give up. You gotta keep going.
You should know, the clansmen have been talking about us killing women and children, dredge or not. It's not sitting well with everyone, which is probably the way it should be.
I say if it's us or them, we make sure we're still standing. I'm bothered more by your decision to destroy Einar Tarf's bridge. Oh yeah, that was an important thing that we did. Tough decision too.
Let it go, Hakon. It was the best decision at the time.
To collapse a bridge that cost thousands of Varl's lives to build? If it weren't for your damn horns, Ingvar, I'd swear you were an overgrown human. The two giants begin trading insults and you step away, letting them vent. It had to happen. It was tough, but... times have changed. Caravan is vaulted. Is the fighters that protect the clansmen. But what about Varl? Do they protect clansmen? Because I'm wondering, do we have 536, or do we have 326 protecting 816? I don't know. Yeah, just let them vent. Alright, let's train.
Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven, the trainer says.
The trainer looks past you at some boys and girls eager to learn. Teaching fighting to the young, Sven muses. They won't go back to hunting and foraging for food, you know. Sure you want to go through with this? We need the protection. Sven blows out all his air through the flapping lips. Then let's get it done. How many you want fighting for you? Alright, we get 200. 100 new fighters will do fine. 50 should be enough to give us an edge. Usually you have a lot more citizens, people, clansmen than you do fighters. Usually. But you want a decent amount of fighters. 200 is crazy because then we'd have 400 clansmen and 500 fighters. That's too many. Whereas 500 and 400 seems decent. So we'll do 100. We've got enough food and water to last us a day and a half. We've got enough food and water to last us a day and a half, Sven asks. That's what it'll take for me to break them from running at the first sign of trouble. Let's make it happen. Yeah, I think 100 as well. Let's make it happen. Consider it done. Sven whistles through his measing teeth. And we lost a day, but now we have 425, 100 fighters. Got great morale. I want to check the map. Let's see. Let's see if it shows us having moved at all. There we go. All right. We're pretty close to Ormslar. I like that it updates as we move. How we're able to do that, it must be the Sunstone. I'm not sure. So let's sojourn on. We could rest, we check out our heroes. We have 17, but we needed 19 renown still. So we got 11 days of supplies, let's go.
Let us leave.
Arborang, Lynx. Arborang is our destination. Time on the cramped longships is proving too much for the children. They're climbing ropes, interrupting rowers, and constantly leaning over the sides to touch the water. Some Varl and clansmen look annoyed. Remind everyone this will soon be over. Say nothing. Keep your kids by your side. We're at war until Arborang. Move families to specific longships. Let's move them to specific longships. I'm thinking of Battlestar Galactica. That's what they did. Alright, Battlestar Galactica ways. Let's do it. You order longships alongside each other before revealing your plan. Some are shocked and reluctantly follow, while others agree with your decision. The rearrangement takes more time than you expected, but the vessels are soon moving again, with children only climbing over those with children of their own. We lost some supplies. We lost some morale. What? Whatever. Everyone's moving. We're running away from a serpent that's like consuming the world, and there's Dredge, like a really powerful enemy that's like a flood, and they're coming from the east towards the west, and we're fleeing from them. They're nomadic badasses, basically. Bring the game. A cool breeze across the water works its way into your cloak. You shift to block the wind and feel something press into your hip. You feel around and find an item in your pack, but do not remember obtaining it. Aseli's trail. Ooh! I want to look at that, but I'm not making camp. There is some... Ooh, the music. I'm not gonna voice act Ubin. I'm not gonna do it. The sheer cliffs and boulder-strewn waters of the southern bank dictate the longship's course. The drooning sounds of the dredge accent their quicker pace as they follow your ships along the northern bank. Wait, what's that sound? Dust and mist make it hard to see ahead. A hissing, rumbling noise grows around. Waterfall! Oh, God. Shouts the sharp-eyed Nid from the bow of her longship. Oars instantly reverse and you nearly lose your balance. Oh, no! No! Bro! They're shore. Go for shore. Oh, we're so close. Oh my God. Shit. The roars of the approaching waterfall clouds your thoughts. All the clansmen you picked up keep the ships from being nimble, but only two fall to the power of the overwhelming current. Ugh. That hurts. It's rough. Still, the screams of the families, fighters, and Varl are difficult to move past. Lost 19 clansmen, 8 Varl and 12 fighters, and 10 supplies. And we lost morale, of course. The remaining ships' rowers pull hard, heading for the dredge-lined northern bank. In their haste, the vessels smash against sharp, split rocks as they push towards the shore. Some fighters are thrown from the boats, sinking in the mud under the weight of their armor. The longships are too spread out to command a unified landing. Amid the chaos, you look at those nearby. Gris, a stout Varl warrior, and a few others like him look ready to rush the dredge. Bulwark and his company are close to you, hauling their sealed cart off your ships. You consider your options. Oh my God! And now we're back in Banner Saga. Tough decisions. Olive, can you help keep the dredge off us? We could use some help from the Ravens, Bulwark. Gris, make an opening in the ranks. Follow me, we'll push them back. Follow me, we'll push them back. Let's do it, let's charge in there. Let's go. Everyone on the longships jumps out as one. Rocks from the slingers clack off shields and you're engaged in the chaos battle. Let's do it!